just a great way to get your vegetables in, is just to make this vegetable soup. It's very easy. I make about a 30-cup pot or so, and so I just throw all the ingredients in the Leanness Lifestyle separately, and then figure I'm having a 3-cup serving, and so I just divide the total by 10 at the bottom there, where you can go 1/10 of the serving, whatever you call it. But I start out with 4 or 5 cups of cabbage. Very generous on the cabbage, like at least 5 cups. I usually list it as 4 because there's a lot of air, you know, in there when you start chopping it up. So I kind of look at a smaller head if it looks like about 4 cups all together. But when I cut it up, it's going to look like more, of course. Carrots, about 4 cups or so of carrots. That's a little less than 2 pounds. If you want to put the whole 2 pounds in, that's cool. That's 5 cups. Celery, a whole thing of celery is about 4 cups, maybe a little bit more. Onions, I hate chopping up onions, but there's about 4 cups of onions there. Mushrooms, I think that's about the 2-pound box, or pound and a half, whatever. I just figured about 4 cups. I don't use fresh green beans because I'm lazy, so I put, you could, I have before, but I use frozen, just a pound bag of frozen green beans, and a 1-pound bag of frozen peas. And the other thing I put in it is a can or 2 of a diced tomato. This one happens to be a Mexican thing with jalapenos and stuff. So hell, we'll just start throwing in our ingredients here. Cabbage goes in. I have an 8-quart pot here. We'll throw in the carrots. When I was chopping up the celery, of course the dog always has to be right by my feet, and when I was chopping up the celery, she decided you know, when a chunk hit the floor, so she decided to have a little bit of celery. Next goes the onions. And we'll throw green beans in there, and the peas in there, and you're going to say, wow, we're running out of room. And it kind of looks like that. But believe me, this stuff cooks down pretty good. Throw a can of tomatoes, and the other can of tomatoes. And I always put about 4 cups of water in there, and it's going to make a lot more. Throw the thing on. If you noticed, I did forget the mushrooms. I actually didn't forget them. Mushrooms kind of cook quick, and because I've got such a full pot, I'll let that cook down, and then I'll throw the mushrooms in last. In a couple hours or so, we'll have nice vegetable soup, and you can season it however you want. I'll use garlic pepper. You know, I'll throw a bunch on. Sometimes I'll wait until I have it, and then season it when I nuke it. But I take this pot then, especially this time of year, I don't even put it in the fridge. I just sit it out on the front porch, and it stays plenty cold for during the winter. So when I need some, I'll grab my ladle and my big cup and grab 3 cups and have a nice pot of vegetable soup. I don't put meat in mine. I don't put chicken in it because it's just too dry. It dries it up. If you want some chicken, I would chop it up per bowl. You know, if you want 3 or 4 ounces of chicken in it with your bowl or on the side, it's just easier. I have made it with chicken, and then when I dish it up, it's just real dry. So that's pretty much it. That's my vegetable soup. It's a great way to get 3 cups of vegetables every day. One other thing I don't do, I don't put broccoli or cauliflower in it because I think it gets too mushy. And I eat the broccoli and cauliflower for dinner a lot with my protein at dinner, so this is just a nice way of having the other kind of vegetables that I wouldn't normally eat at dinner time. The final result, this is what it looks like when it's all mixed up. This one's not quite done yet. I just cook it on slow all day, you know, about as low as I can get it because I'm not in a hurry. And it cooks down. I already have the mushrooms in here now, and you can see there's a lot more water in there just from the vegetables. But great stuff. Season it how you like and enjoy. About 100 115 to 130 calories for a big 3-cup serving.